welcome to Outside of a Cat, because outside of a cat, a book is a person's best friend.
This interview was recorded at Swancon in 2011. Swancon is a Western Australian science fiction and fantasy convention where fans and creators gather to discuss books, movies and games. Swancon has been running since 1976. Guests of honour have included Charles Stross, John Scalzi, Anne McCaffrey, Ryan Griffin, Mercedes Lackey, Anne Bishop, Terry Pratchett and Ellen Datlow.
Hi Cathy.
Hi Elaine.
Oh, it's good to see you here at Swancon.
It's good to be here at Swancon.
I'd like to ask some questions about understanding people attending Swancon and belonging to the community of Swancon. Do you feel connected to the community and to a community through Swancon?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I've met a lot of my closest friends here, and that's largely because we have a lot of shared interests, and shared interests in things that aren't always topics discussed in the wider community. They're not necessarily esoteric or fetish topics either. They're just things like the future. What will the future be like? Things like subcultures. What are the kinds of norms and expectations in different subcultures? And those kinds of things.
Yeah, I feel like there's a sense that people here perhaps are marginalised elsewhere and have the opportunity to be closer here, perhaps take more risks with their identities, perhaps?
Absolutely, I'd agree with that. People have a lot of fun with trying out different identities and performing different identities when they're here. It's a chance to dress in different ways, try different things, talk about different things than they perhaps would in their everyday lives. And as you say, sometimes things that would be frowned upon out on the street.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, it feels a little more protected, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And especially for people who are interested in things like some of the ideas that are expressed in speculative fiction. So things like how different identities can be performed with what you're wearing, and body art and jewellery and things like that. So
Yes.
if you look around, you'll see that there's a lot of people here who look like they're dressed up perhaps as a character, and a lot of the time they're not. They're in fact dressed as themselves.
Yes.
But they're trying something quite different. So they'll be wearing, for instance, very highly wrapped boots with big heels, and both men and women will do that, and a lot of things like that.
Yeah, some of the behaviour might be perceived as transgressive.
Definitely
Elsewhere.
transgressive. Trans is probably a good word.
Yes, but isn't necessarily transgressive within the norms of this community.
No, I would say that it doesn't even raise an eyebrow here. People would just expect that. Whether you dress up or not, both are considered equally normal in this particular space. It's quite a safe space in that regard.
Yes, and it's a pleasure to be here, and it's lovely to talk to you.
Thanks very much, Elaine.
Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.